It's Week 14 of the National Football League. And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Lions and the Bears under the lights on Sunday night.
The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Glad to be enjoying another week of football. And Charles, this is a contest that should make a former defender like yourself very happy, that's for sure, because we got a pair of top 5 defenses in the NFL squaring off, and opportunities to score, well, they figure to be extremely limited.
And partner, you know, my smile is wide because this is a lot of fun for a guy like me to watch, as you noted. And if there's something else that we both know that these teams take pride in, it's how well their defense have done at controlling games and putting them in a position to win. Something else they're proud of, though, how high they rank in the league. And they're trying to use this game to move up in those rankings and become the top defense in the league.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Even though it's the opening drive of the game, he wasn't shy about taking off and running with the football, even knowing the defense is definitely going to take their shots at him. And that's exactly what they did. He better learn to slide, otherwise he won't be around to finish this one.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
And that's an early scramble. Positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
He'll get this into the hands of Dillon, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
It was a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
So just a tremendous play there defensively on this opening drive. Not just to make the interception, but to take it all the way home.
And it felt like this was a defense that was on its heels a bit to start this thing off.
Let the other guys march right down the field until that moment.
Yeah, key play there. Turned it all around. Big moment.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize. Put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Never make a mistake with the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Dillon up the middle.
And some room to run now.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Dillon on the inside give. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up a screen for Dillon.
And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's the big man dealing with it. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
That's a good decision there. He was looking, and he was looking, but the coverage was excellent. Nice job to get rid of it and try and find something better on 3rd and goal. He didn't let that clock accelerate and force him into an error.
So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Let's go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll set up to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete. He made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
52 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
And the pressure gets to him again. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. They'll drop to throw, and that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the tight end goes in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He dumps this off to Dillon underneath. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On first down. Fields.
Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And the timeout comes in with 2 seconds remaining. So they can trot out the field goal unit for the try before we hit the lockers.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This is caught.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the defense closes quickly there, and he'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney, 63 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And it's now 17-14. A drive there of just 4 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They have certainly looked his way in this third quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Let's go now.
Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. He'll look to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
52 yards on the ground for him so far.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
Well, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we get a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Fields finding room at midfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Here comes Mooney now in the jet sweep.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They'll try the left side with Dillon.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D linemen to make the play.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Back to throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
On the handoff, Dillon.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
A.J. Dillon,
an 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Bears have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was A.J. Dillon who capped it off with a touchdown run. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. Time for another look at this Lions offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Again, it's Dillon. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's Fields. He'll dump this down to Dillon. That's complete.
And able to get a little more breathing room out to the 5-yard line. Here comes the Bears punter now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important.